I'm Greg Luther, excited to be with you today. Our goal is to make sure that you start closing a lot more properties, but most importantly, you keep a lot more money. This is the big one right here. 60% is a lot more than 100%. If you can take 60% of the revenue from your real estate business, live on that, invest on that, everything else, it will allow your company to stay sustainable. And I think the big problem for a lot of people is they're robbing their company of 100% of the revenue. You take any business in the world, I don't care what business it is, if the CEO is taking 100% of the money that comes in and never wants to spend any money, that business is going bankrupt. It is going to run out of operating capital. So the problem for a lot of real estate agents is they're trying to get a $12,000 commission and literally put it into their personal checking account and then not feed their business, not put money back in. And any CEO in the world, you name a company, any public company in the world, if the CEO has taken all of the money, that business is going to go bankrupt. It's always going to struggle. It's never going to have enough customers. The capital that is coming in, the profits that are coming in are going to dwindle up, and it's going to consistently lose. So your goal is to ensure that 60% of the revenue that you generate is enough, more than enough, for you to live on. We talked about you don't have a problem with expenses, you have a problem with income. If we can get the income high, let me ask you, if you make $1 million in gross income in 2025, hypothetically, if you make $1 million, is 60% enough for you to live? Is 60% of $1 million enough for your family to get along with? If that's the case, let's fix that. What you don't want to do is bring in $100,000 in gross and keep all the money. That is not going to go well for you. So you have an income problem, you don't have an expense problem. And again, absolutely any company in the world, if that CEO is taking all of the money that comes in and saying, I can't afford to pay all of that stuff, that business is going to dry up. So hopefully that makes sense for you there. Now, the fact is, sitting through business is not going to help you at all. Sitting through classes, sitting through all of this information, it's not going to help you at all. I think what you've got to do is actually implement. Getting the instruction you need and successfully utilizing it is what's going to truly make you successful here. To really start growing your business, you have to push through your insecurities. I can talk to somebody for 10 minutes, probably 6 minutes, and I can know what their problem is. They're insecure about something. They might be insecure about investments. They might be insecure about investing in marketing. They might be insecure about when they go on the appointments. They might be insecure about what if they ask me this and I don't know what to say. We hear those things all the time that they're worried about that happening. Well, you know what's a better option for you? Don't put yourself in that uncomfortable position. Just get 0% success rate all the time. Just fail every single day of your life, and then you don't have to worry about failing every third day. As long as you're failing every day, it won't bother you. If you had a win, win, loss, win, win, loss, win, loss, 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 win, that's way too uncomfortable for you. Just be a freaking loser every day of your life. Just be worried that someone might ask you a question you don't know the answer to because you don't know how to say, I don't know. That's what I would do. If they asked me a question I didn't know the answer, I don't know. I can try to find out for you. I don't know why that applies to this. I can tell you what does apply to selling your home for top dollar. I can tell you what does apply to you buying a home. I don't know why you would ask that question, but I'd be happy to do a little research for you if you'd like. It's so simple to get over those insecurities. But for so many agents, they're worried about all of these various things. What if they ask me if I've ever sold a home before? What if they ask me how long I've been licensed? Have you ever went to a doctor? Have you ever had a major surgery? Did you ask him if he's ever done this surgery before? Did you ask him how long he's been a doctor? The dude has a circular saw cutting your rib cage in half and pulling your heart out and putting it on a table. And you're like, well, he's wearing a white coat. It'll be fine. Nobody is asking about your qualifications. The only way they're asking about your qualifications is if you seem nervous, if you seem uneasy, if it seems like their spidey senses are tingling a little bit and something doesn't seem right here. That's a you problem, not a them problem. But let me tell you, all of these agents who go out on appointments, they are never asked. I'm not saying 1% of the time. They are never asked, how long have you been licensed? How many homes have you sold? All of that stuff. If that's happening, it's because of your indoctrination. It's because of the way you've set yourself up to begin with. How silly would it sound for you to ask me how many agents have I ever coached an agent before? Has anybody ever been successful with my coaching? Dude, there are thousands of people all over the internet. We have video after video after video. We don't even have to talk about it when we meet. You already know this about me. So there's no question as to my qualifications. The only question is to your ambition. Does that make sense? So the same is true for sellers and for buyers. If you've set yourself up the right way, they would almost feel like they were offending you to ask you something that silly, as you would the doctor. It would be offensive to ask them that question because the assumption is there. So if you get rid of those insecurities, it will make a massive difference for the way that you present yourself. But let me tell you, you know how you fix that? Lots of appointments. That's how you fix it. If you suck at free throws and basketball, you know how you fix it? It's not from going to another seminar. It's not from watching more videos online. It's damn sure not from watching professional basketball players all day. You know what you got to do? Get out there on the court. More appointments with that rim makes you better. More appointments, and by the way, you have to miss in order to make it. So more appointments are going to allow you to miss more often so you can finally start making it more often. You will never wait long enough to become a pro. You will only design a pro. If you want to become a professional, it comes from being an amateur as many times as you can. Right now, you're in the stands. You aren't even on the field. You're in the stands. We have to get out there on the field, doing what we're supposed to do, doing it in a more regular basis. You'd be surprised. I mean, we've been over 30 days since the new NAR rules. August 17th is when it started. How many buyers have you met with face-to-face in over a freaking month? If it's not at least 8 or 9, you literally aren't trying. I really want you to start thinking about, how do I get out there to get more wins and get more losses? Reggie Jackson has more strikeouts than he has home runs, right? So I really want you to start focusing on just getting out there and doing more appointments. Now, one thing that works really, really well for us is a combination of online and offline marketing. But so many agents want to know, where should I be advertising? You should be doing a blend of online. You'll get to see my 8th grade education and how well I print here. And my offline marketing that I do, I want you to really think about the split that you're utilizing here. You want to be about 70-30, okay? So 70% online marketing, 30% offline marketing. And it's important to do that because let me switch that up. Online marketing is the lowest cost, the easiest, the fastest, and the least effective. I didn't say it doesn't work, but it's least effective. Okay? Both of these will work. This costs more and it works 10 times better. You have to do a blend of both. You're probably going to be higher on this starting out. If you don't have a lot of capital to utilize towards marketing, you're probably going to be higher on this starting out. So this is the ideal blend that we have. I partner with some agents around the country. Essentially, I'm sucking money, commissions out of the various cities around the United States. I have those agents do the work. I do the marketing. They go out and meet with the people, and we work out a split on that. This is generally how we do it. We'll do 70% online, 30% offline. Anytime you want to make more money, anytime you want higher end clients, you want to get into luxury and that type of thing, you know what you got to do? Switch this to 60-40, switch it to 50-50, switch it to 40-60, where you're doing a lot more offline than you're doing online. But both work, it's just this is the most cost-effective starting out. Does that make sense? So I really want you to kind of think through what your split looks like, and if I asked you to send me your marketing campaigns and what you're doing, what does that look like for you? Hey, it's Greg Luther, and listen, if you don't follow this channel, there's a good chance you're never going to see me again. I consistently put out regular content, and it's extremely helpful for real estate agents to grow their business. I want to keep you up to date on what's working so that you're in the know and you can take action accordingly. So be sure that you like and comment here, but most importantly, make sure you follow, share, and subscribe to our channel so that you don't miss out on anything. I'm here to help you in growing your business, and I'd love to do so. Follow right now.